What up, folks? Graphics Rogue here. Rome 2 replay online battle. Let us commence. I will be playing as the Getae in this battle. Just trying out this new faction that was unleashed on the new free LC rampage that was released along with that historical battle. I didn't get the Raiders and Pirates DLC yet. Not quite sure if I even will, because I'm not particularly interested in those factions. I may, but not right now. But I am liking these Getae. I like the guys they brought along with them. I like us fleshing out the Balkan factions a little more. I brought with me some Dacian heavy bowmen. You see there's some Dacian heavy bowmen, along with a bunch of noble swords and some armored spears, as well as noble horsemen and spear horsemen. My enemy brought a whole crapload of Scythian horse archers and Scythian horse. I think he's got some melee horsemen around here somewhere.
Forward!
No, I guess they were all horse archers. They weren't melee. They weren't melee cavalry at all. Anyway, I see the predicament I'm in, because this is not a strong faction to be facing a horse archer faction, a horse faction. So I quickly start to move my forces into the woods so I can get the most protection I can against their arrows. And we're trying to give back what they're giving. I'm trying to push them away with my cavalry here. I see it's a lot of horse archers, so I'm trying to just ward them off with my spear horsemen here. I know my spear horsemen can get some kills on some horse archers, although they are armored horse archers. I'm not sure the stats on these guys. Their armor's alright. Their melee defense isn't very good. We got ourselves a little skirmish here. I pushed my spear horsemen into them, but they're getting slaughtered. They're surrounded by horse archers doing their Canterbury circle. We weren't able to get very much kills. We got some kills, but not very much. We're getting some shots off with our Dacian heavy bowmen. We're sticking inside the forest here. I got some spear warriors over here to help defend against any charges these horse archers might want to push into my heavy bowmen into these forests. The enemy are just all around me trying to pick off my units one by one. He picked off another unit over here. Or that might have been the same. No, it was another unit. They keep picking off my unit one by one with all these horse archers with all these arrows. Now is about the time where I fully commit to pushing all my guys into this forest, because we are just getting slaughtered here. We're getting hammered. Another Dacian skirmisher just got knocked out. The Canterbury circle. All I can do at this point is just hide in the forest, box up, because I got some spearmen, some dangerous spearmen, and hope that they run out of ammo eventually. That's all I can do right now, just hope that they run out of ammo. I've still got some horses, still got a good amount of noble swordsmen, armored spears. I got good infantry. I got some damn good infantry, and if I can get my infantry into their horses, I can slaughter them. But they're not going to make that easy. They're killing my heavy bowmen here, just massacring the shit out of them. As you can see right here, the trees are getting some of these arrows here. So the trees are helping to defend against these onslaughts, but we lost a lot of skirmishers. I believe that's all of our skirmishers. Yeah, I don't see any more skirmishers. That's it for them. So we tried to strike back with the rest of our horses over here, trying to kill as many of these horse archers as we could. We finally got ourselves stuck into one of them. We killed a good amount of them. The general's getting away though. I tried to chase after him with one of my noble swords against the general. That wasn't the greatest of ideas. Another one of my Dacian bowmen trying to pick off as many of these guys as I could. I got some kills, but not nearly enough, and he killed another one of my skirmishers. That's all my skirmishers gone. So I pull my noble swords off that chase and try to go in to help kill these horsemen over here. If I can kill these horsemen, it'll help. It'll be helpful. Thinking about at this point, I'm thinking I should have brought more spearmen. I should have knew to brought more spearmen. I shouldn't have brought so many swordsmen, although they are noble swords. The swordsmen I did bring are noble swords, and they are powerful, but spearmen, I should have brought more noble spears. That's what I should have brought, because they have cavalry counter tactics, yeah. All the spears have cavalry counter tactics, and they're very helpful. And is that it? Yeah, that's my horsemen. My horsemen have been routed, but we've routed a whole bunch of their other horse archer units. We killed a lot of them over here, but they killed a lot of our cavalry, and that is about all our cavalry. I see the predicament I'm in. Oh, he just smashes right into the back, so I just turn around to try to take his charge in, but I'm getting slaughtered here. My noble swords aren't going to last long. I see the predicament I'm in, so I just start boxing up, getting into my triangle formation with what I have. And I'm just going to hold out. Just going to use my shields. My guys are just going to put up the shields here. They're just going to hope that they can survive long enough. Because these are all horses, and I've got a lot of spearmen. I've got some noble swords left. I've got one noble sword left. I should have brought more noble spears. That's the thing. This kind of faction is not the perfect faction to be used against horse factions, because their skirmishers just aren't that great, and they don't have a wide selection of cavalry. But if we can just hold out here, they're really hurting us hard, and I know that. They're slaughtering a lot of our heavy spears here, so I try to pull in. I try to tighten the box up, because they're thinning the box the way they're melting our lines up with their arrows. If I can just hold out till they run out of ammo, they will be forced to charge, and then I will be able to use my cavalry counter tactics. Gotta watch out for the corners here, because they'll be wanting to charge for corners. The soft corners are the most vulnerable parts of the new box, of the pike box. Spear box, I guess, since I don't have any pikes. Yeah, but they charged here. They must have ran out of ammo, and they all went just for a full-on charge. It's about here I'm starting to pop my cavalry counter tactics over here, and they are charging. They are hitting from all corners. They're already starting to rout one of my heavy spears. But they are not having any easy time over here. We are doing the cavalry counter tactics, and they are already starting to lose an armored horse archer. Two of them. Yeah, two cav units just routed. And I see that the flank over here has pretty much been won, so I pull my units over here to try to help defend against the onslaught over here, because they have just smashed through, and they routed my unit over here. We're using some of these units to help bolster the lines up there. They've charged right through my units over there. My box has been shattered. Another one of my units, my noble spear, is starting to waver. They don't have too much longer. Cavalry counter tactics helped a lot, though. We are routing more and more of their units. As you can see, the bloody carnage. A horse without his master. It is not looking good. Oh boy, it is not looking good. We are completely surrounded. We've got these noble swords, which I believe we used. What do we use? No, that's an enemy unit. Frenzy. We frenzied them. We are routing another one of these horse archer units over here, but our spearmen just had enough. Our spears are getting slaughtered, and these units just cannot last much longer. They're wavering, but they come back and back and forth, back and forth. Another horse archer unit wavered over there. We are completely surrounded by these units, but they are slowly, one by one, they are routing. They are wavering and routing. We are completely surrounded, but they are routing. They are wavering one by one. They cannot handle all the frenzy and the cavalry counterattacks and all this craziness they are facing from our Getae, from our Dacians. They just cannot handle it. No more, I can't handle no more. We are completely surrounded by so many enemy units. He's still got his general too, but they are just about to waver. My noble spears are just about to waver. I expected earlier by now I would have been routed, I would have been destroyed. I didn't think, even against horse archers, they are armored horse archers. I thought I would have been killed a long time ago, because I was completely surrounded here. Not getting quite into the back here. Routed another one. If they would start charging these guys into the backs here, that would be even more devastating for my guys. I've only got 59 noble swords left, and it is a grind out at this point. We are just grinding it out. We are in the meat grinder. We are just who has the fortitude? Who has the ball sack to win this battle? My Dacians are fighting with every ounce of their being. And at this point I noticed, the horse archer units, they've dismounted. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they've dismounted. They tried fighting me on foot, but it did not help matters any. And they are routing. They have been routed. It was a costly victory, man. 1 unit to go. My 159-man unit survived in the end. Let's see what did he do? My noble swords. It must have been this noble sword. This noble sword's got 216 kills against all those horse archers. Completely surrounded them. They dismounted and fought him after a while. I'm not sure how good dismounting does. I'm not sure if that does the greatest to help matters any against your enemy. I'm not quite sure. I know I should have brought more spears. I shouldn't have brought these noble swords. I should have brought more noble spears. That's what I should have done. And maybe I should have brought less horsemen. More spears and less horsemen. Less Dacian bowmen. Or maybe I should have just used my bowmen in a better way. Shouldn't have brought this Dacian skirmisher, maybe? Not quite sure. Heavy shot helps a lot against horse archers and the like. Well, yeah, my spears did a lot of help. Which ones? Well, seems this spearman was the only one who got a ton of kills. These noble spears got over 200 kills. Cavalry counterattactics helped a lot. If I hadn't had cavalry counterattactics, I probably would have lost. They were just an entire army full of armored horse archers. I would have lost without those cavalry counterattactics. So that was my first battle with the Dacians. It's a pretty interesting faction. They have some new interesting stuff going on with them, but still pretty weak in some areas. Pretty weak in skirmishing department. They've got some decent noble horsemen, but they're pretty interesting factions still, nonetheless. That was my first shot with them, and hopefully I'll be maybe experimenting with them a little more in the future. Not quite sure how much I like them or not, but we will see. I'm your graphics rogue, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Peace.